Bet. Yo, what's good, man? For the people who don't know what's going on, we got a very special episode of Never Want to Talk podcast. We back. My man Beezy in the building.
Yes, sir. Y'all see what's going on, man.
For the people who don't know what's going on, man, we got a very special guest. We got Al Harrington. Goddamn, I'm fucking up.
Keep rolling.
Hold on, nah, look. For the people who don't know what's going on, bro, go ahead and introduce yourself. My bad, bro.
Me first.
Go ahead.
So it's your man Al Harrington, man. Played in the NBA 16 years since I retired. Been in the cannabis space heavy. Just moved to the Dallas area. So excited to be on this platform with you fine gentlemen.
Already.
Hey, what's going on, man? It's your boy Worm, man. Here representing Viola with my guy Al Harrington, trying to take over things worldwide in the cannabis industry.
Yeah.
Glad y'all have us.
Nah, bro, y'all really doing some monumental shit in the cannabis industry, if I might say. Like, and coming here to Dallas is like, I ain't gonna lie, it's probably the best look that the city should be proud of this, because it's like, it's letting us know that it's coming. And that it's brothers that look like us leading the trailblazing this industry. You know what I'm saying? That's something we don't really see much of, and a lot of people don't have the knowledge. So what made you want to go that route?
Nah, man. So, obviously, being out here in this area, being in this a market that is pretty much untapped, you know what I'm saying? The one thing that I've learned being in the space so long is that, it's going to happen eventually, right? And the best thing that we could do, as a culture is be prepared, you know what I'm saying, and take advantage of the opportunity when it presents itself. So the biggest thing that I feel like I could be an asset is by, continue to share my knowledge and information to, people that are eager and interested into getting into the cannabis space, so that when the time does present itself, like I said, we can take advantage and move on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen so many people get rich off this. You know what I'm saying?
Now, a lot of people say that, like, they get rich, but is it easy, though?
Nothing's easy in life, bro.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I would compare this to any other job or any other thing that someone is doing as an entrepreneur trying to build something. You know what I'm saying? It's tough, bro. And it's a lot of days that I'll tell you, be honest, man, I wanted to quit. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm not a quitter. You know what I'm saying? And I really believe in what I'm doing. And I believe in it for the culture. I believe in it for our people. And, at the end of the day, like, I just want to continue to be an inspiration, you know what I'm saying, for other people of color to want to be in this space, because, as we know historically, you know what I'm saying, 85% of incarceration from our communities have been because of cannabis. Right. And that's something that we've never grown. We've never had the farms to grow it. We never had the trucking companies to get it to our neighborhoods. But when it got there, that's when everybody got locked up. You know what I'm saying? So now this is the opportunity for us to participate, you know what I'm saying, as we always complain about how all the liquor stores and all these different things in our community are not owned by us. Yep. So I think that this is the opportunity for us to change that. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a part of that.
Sure. I feel like that's super positive for our community. Go ahead.
Now, can we talk about the name, Viola? How'd you guys come up with it? How'd you guys create that brand?
Yeah, so the story goes, man, like I was playing in Denver, playing for the Nuggets, and, at the time, the cannabis industry was just coming on from a medical standpoint. So, you had to get a prescription from a doctor to be able to get access to cannabis. Right. So while I was there, you know what I'm saying, I always been a newspaper reader. So I used to make the rookies get me the newspaper and shit. The old man in the locker room, they bring me a newspaper. I look in the paper, and it was always something about cannabis, always about how they were just changing the laws and all these different things. So then, middle of the season, my grandmother comes to see me play. And, she was 79 years old at the time. And when she got there, I took her bag downstairs. She had me bring her bag back upstairs. And as I bring it upstairs, it was shaking. I could hear it was pills in it. You know what I'm saying? So it was a pill bag. So she come upstairs, she opens it up, and she starts taking all this medication. And I'm just like, damn, Grandma, like, why you taking so much medication? And she's like, boy, I got everything. I got high blood pressure, diabetes, glaucoma, everything black grandmothers have. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, damn. I was like, Grandma, you won't believe I was just reading the newspaper how cannabis cures glaucoma patients. And she like, cannabis? Well, what is cannabis? And I was like, it's marijuana, weed. She looked at me and was like, reefer? She's like, boy, you out your mind. I ain't gonna smoke no reefer. And she just started laughing like, I can't believe you trying to get me to smoke reefer. So literally the next day, no bullshit, I come home from shoot around and she's sitting in the kitchen complaining, saying her eyes hurt. So I was like, look, Grandma, why don't we try the cannabis? I was like, this will be our secret. I promise I won't tell nobody. And she's like, boy, I'm in so much pain today, I'll try anything. So I had my boy go to the dispensary, bought back a strand called Vietnam Kush. We put in a volcano bag of all things for her, right? Because I just didn't think she would sit and smoke a blunt, right?
Yeah.
So taking in the garage, she started hit it 3 or 4 times. And I was like, all right, grandma, that might be enough. Because at this point, I had only smoked weed one time, and I was so paranoid from when I smoked. I was like, I ain't never smoking again type shit, you know?
Yeah.
So take her downstairs, I go take my nap. So I wake up from my nap, and I was going to jump in the shower. And I said, let me go make sure she okay, because I'm thinking about the first time how I was tripping the fuck out, right? So I'm make sure my grandma ain't tripping. So I go downstairs, I knock on the door, I don't hear anything. So I'm thinking she must be knocked out. So I knock again, I open the door. But when I open the door, she's sitting at the edge of the bed, but her back's to the door and she's looking down. So I'm just like, Grandma, how you feeling? And she turns around and she was crying tears, no bullshit. And she was like, I'm healed. She said, you won't believe I haven't been able to read the words of my Bible in over 3.5 years. Damn. So she went downstairs, so started reading her Bible. So I go in there and I'm like hugging her and she crying and she like, God gave me my sight back. Like she bugging out. So that's what inspired me to learn more about weed, get into space, and my grandmother's name is Viola. So that's how I got the name of the company.
That's tough.
Already.
So,
Yeah.
now, can we talk about your first time smoking weed? Like, you walk us through that story, that experience for you, and how'd you get into it?
So, bro, we was in fucking Phoenix, and I was playing for the Golden State Warriors. So I don't know if I know y'all remember here in Dallas. I know all y'all motherfuckers remember. The We Believe team, we beat y'all. The number 1 seed beat the motherfucking 8 seed, beat the number 1 seed. And so we had that year, and then the next year we come back and we thinking we cold, we about to kill this next year or whatever. We won 48 games, more than we won the year before that, but we didn't make the playoffs. Or
Damn,
whatever,
48
right?
wins.
Didn't make the playoffs. So we sitting in Phoenix and everybody all mad and shit. We like, fuck, we ain't make it, whatever. So they like, man, let's go smoke. So I'm like, I'll just drink one. They's like, nah, nigga, you smoking tonight. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I go in and shit. And I don't know what the fuck Steven Jackson and them niggas had me smoking, bro. But whatever it was, that shit had me like, I was just paranoid. I thought I heard sirens and shit. I couldn't even go out that night. Like, niggas went out to the club. I was staying in the room. I was fucked up. So that was my first experience, bro. It was like, I was like, never again. I was just like, the next day when I saw them on the bus, I'm like, y'all niggas smoke to feel like that? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's whack. You know what I'm saying? But that was my first experience. And then I started, the next experience I had, it was another funny one. I had ate edibles.
Shit.
And
Boys.
yeah, that shit fucked me up, man. I was at my man's crib or whatever. He was like having this big ass party at his crib in New York in the Hamptons, and I felt like the room was closing in on me. And I ran out and whatever, shadow box. Like my heart was so, yeah, it was all bad, bro. I was tripping. But you know what's good about weed though, which is very educational about weed though, is like, you know, a lot of people had those same stories, right?
Yeah.
And they won't smoke ever again because of it.
Facts.
And I tell people like, weed is like almost like liquor. In regards to like,
Dosage.
you know, right now, but dosing it, and you know what you actually like. You find your liquor. So you know, like, I'm not drinking Hennessy. I don't drink Hennessy because Hennessy makes me angry, blah, 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 blah. So I ain't never smoking Hennessy. I ain't never drinking Hennessy.
Yeah.
But I like tequila because it helps me party. I like vodka, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's the same thing with weed. You got to find like, what's your strain, what's your brand, you know what I'm saying, to get the vibe that you actually looking for. So I'd say that to say, because we need more and more customers, but like, you know, just because you have one bad experience with the product or with the plant don't mean that it ain't for you. You know what I'm saying?
I
You
need
got to
that
figure it
indica.
out.
Nah,
Ooh, the indica. The
Find out what's good
out.
for you. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's say like, what's some things that people might not know that cannabis can cure? Like, if they going through something, like what's some things that it
Well, you
cure?
can't say right now. We can't make any medical claims for cannabis, so it
Okay.
doesn't cure anything. But it helps.
Okay, it helps with.
It helps with a lot of things, man. Like, you know, people with PTSD. It helps people with like serious illnesses like HIV, cancer, by giving them appetites and different things like that.
Okay.
You know, with our body, just on some medical terms, and not that I'm a doctor, but you know, our body is made to interact with cannabis because we have an endocannabinoid system, and cannabis is cannabinoids. You know what I'm saying? So when we really look at it, you know, as we do more and more research, we'll figure out. Right now, I think we think there's like maybe 300 different cannabinoids in the plant, but it might even be more than that. And then when you can isolate those different ones, like one might help with depression, one might help with this, one might help with that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's gonna come out over the years as we continue to test it. You know what I'm saying? To figure out, you know, exactly what ailments cannabis can cure and help with. But you know, at the end of the day, man, like, you know, some of the things that I think about is just like, you know, a lot of people, say like, Johnny won't stop smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? And I always say like sometimes like, what is Johnny dealing with? You know what I'm saying? Why is he? What is he coping with? What is this weed helping him cope with? You understand what I'm saying? So it's just so many different ways we gotta look at this plant. But I think the main thing is for us to continue to have platforms like this, to have conversations like this, so that we continue to educate, but then also make it more normal for other people to want to tell their stories. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's where it all becomes humanized, and then I think that's where we'll see the industry really move forward.
Now, you know what else was major that I seen? I seen you have a conversation with David Stern about cannabis, and you was telling him that you were actually using while you were playing.
Yeah.
Like, how was that whole experience?
It was cool, man. I mean, he it's funny, like I got in front of him because I went to this conference in LA and he was up there speaking, like talking about how like AI and all these different things was gonna change the world, which it is. It's so crazy. And this was like 9 years ago when I think this was or whatever. But long story short, after he got done, I went up to him just to say hello. And it's just amazing, like the fact that, all the players in the league, like he just had a crazy ass memory. He could remember like everything that you was kind of, so he's like, oh, how's your knee? I'm looking at him like, how the fuck you remember? Like, I think all the niggas that go out every year because of a knee, like how you remember my shit? But that's just how he was, how's your knee? Da, 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 da. And I'm telling him, and I'm like, yeah, man, I actually use cannabis to help with my pain in my knee. And he like, really? What do you mean? So I started talking to him. He's like, my knee hurts. So we connected on that for real. Like, yo, I'm gonna send you some product. You know what I'm saying? You should just try it. Not even to smoke, but more like creams and shit like that. Yeah. And as I was talking to him, I was just like, man, you ever thought about like the NBA changing their stance on, how they view cannabis? You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen so many of my teammates deal with so many issues, being suspended, being in that stupid ass program because they used cannabis and it had nothing. It wasn't a performance enhancer at all.
Right.
It's not like you smoked weed and you was faster. You could jump higher. You made more threes. You understand what I'm saying? So being able to talk to him about, and just giving them examples. I think a lot of people you can get a lot further when you could talk to somebody and give them an example. You know what I'm saying? And one of the examples I gave him, I was just like, just think about like how as athletes, like we're trained killers, right? Especially physically, maybe not always mentally, but physically, right? Like meaning like we could play and run for hours and hours and hours, right? But a game is only 2.5 hours. I may play 17 minutes, Worm may play 35, but at the end of the day, nigga, like we still got mad energy. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of us, we think we had to figure out ways to calm our bodies down after games. You understand what I'm saying? And what y'all think we always used to do? It's to drink. You know what I'm saying? So right after the game, we got the bottle of liquor under the thing on the bus, you know what I'm saying? So we drinking, getting drunk, you know what I'm saying? Just so that we can like mellow the fuck out, you know what I'm saying? But then now the next day, number one, I can't be the best player that I can be. That I was fucked up. I'm dehydrated. All the different things that we know, that liquor does to to the body is just nothing good. You know what I'm saying? So I was just saying, like, just imagine if like after the game, like, the trainer walked around and gave us gummies, gave us a 10 milligram edible that just calmed me down, mellowed me down, allowed me to go home and go to sleep. Yeah. Sleep good that night. Now I just got 8 hours. And I'm ready to hoop the next day.
I'm ready to go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what about that kind of an investment into the player or into the athlete? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, damn, that makes a lot of sense. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are different things like that cannabis can actually do. And once again, like, how many players that have been in trouble high?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll wait. I'll just wait. Give me the ones. You know what I'm saying? But I could tell you 1,000 that have been fucked up, drunk, out, DUIs, in the club with their shirt off, wilding the fuck out, fight, off the liquor. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, damn, I'm like, as an owner of a team, I think I would rather my player go, hit that weed and go sit on this couch and play video games. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather protect my investment like that.
I feel like the new players should like thank your generation for like putting this in play because now they don't test marijuana no more.
Nah, man, we did a lot of work with that, man. Even them, bro, because these motherfuckers, which is smart, right? I mean, once they started making so much money, they really stopped giving a fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, bro, we're going to be unapologetic who the fuck we are. And I mean, some of them, they go a little too far wearing dresses and carrying Birkin bags in the game. That's a whole nother story. But you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, they themselves, and at the end of the day, man, like, now that they can smoke and everyone knows they're smoking, the quality of basketball has continued to rise. It hasn't dropped off at all. There's been no dips, hasn't been no issues, nothing. You know what I'm saying? I think the reason why is because, number one, most of us, 95% of the players are truly professional, right? So, you know, people say, well, I don't want this guy getting high before he go to the game. I'm like, he don't get drunk before he go to the game, right? I'm not gonna get high when I know I gotta fucking guard LeBron James. Like, why I'm gonna get fucked up and high and gotta go guard Bron or go guard KD or go guard, you know what I'm saying, Ja. I'm not gonna do that, you know what I'm saying? So niggas, we always knew there's a time and place for everything, you know what I'm saying? So I knew that when this day came, that the players would not abuse the situation, and they haven't. You know what I'm saying? And that's a beautiful thing, man. And they smoking more than ever.
Yeah.
You know what
Freely
I'm saying?
though now.
Freely, and it's
Blown.
cool,
Man,
bro.
they living life, man.
Yeah.
They living life.
Living life for sure.
Now you and Worm. Oh, my fault.
Go ahead, you got it.
Now you and Worm. How did y'all come together? How'd y'all link up?
So I met Worm through Kenya Martin, through like our days of just hooping. So big shout out to K Mart. That's my brother for real. And then we reconnected during the Big Three. Or whatever. So Kmart had a team. I was at the crib. Me and Kmart were just working out together. So one day he was just like, yo, man, Ice Cube got this league. He was like, man, you should come play in it. And I was like, son, I'm done playing, bro. Like, I'm done. Niggas like, nigga, what you working out for then? Like, just this my bedroom body, nigga. Like, I don't need to do no hooping. He like, nah, play. So long story short, he ended up convincing me. You know what I'm saying? And we got together, and then Worm was one of the coaches, him and Rick Mahorn. And then that's when we really got back together. We did two years in a row. So, you know, 10 cities, you know, rocking every weekend. And we just stayed connected. And now, you know, now that I'm down here, you know what I'm saying, we working on, you know, one of the legal ways of, you know, selling cannabis out here is through THCA or whatever. So, you know, we never doing nothing illegal or whatever. So, you know, right now we're looking at closing accounts around THCA products, you know what I'm saying, to get into the smoke shops until it becomes legal and I can bring down that compayao.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I do. Let me ask you, bro. Do you ever want to really stop hooping for real? Like, do you ever stop?
Fuck no. But do you ever want to stop or do you stop playing?
Do you ever stop playing?
Yes, hell yeah, you stop. I've stopped playing. This is a retired nigga sitting here in front of me, dog. I am.
You're not getting in the gym,
bro. I ain't hoop. I'm gonna tell you a funny story, dog. So listen, feeling good, bro. About 2 years ago, great.
Yeah.
Great. Feeling great. Great. Get done with a workout. Walking out the gym. Paul George walking in with his man YT. YT like, oh, nigga, every time I see you, you walking out the gym, ducking these ones. I'm like, bro, I don't want. I was like, you got it. He like, every time, ducking the ones, right? So I'm like, man, fuck it. I feel great. I feel I felt unbelievable, boys. I'm like, nigga, I might dunk on this nigga today, talking this shit, right?
Yeah.
Go back in the gym. All the young boys that's getting ready for the draft. So it was like Jalen Ivy, Banchero, little nigga that's in Oakland.
21 class.
So they all in the gym. So they like, damn, OG, he talking to you crazy. Da-da-da-da. I'm like, man, watch this shit. Nigga, we check the ball. Boom, check, nigga. What? Bro, I promise y'all, nigga, I dribbled the ball right. I went between my legs, and I spun. And when I spun my back out the frame. Nigga, I felt like somebody put a knife in my back, right? Damn. So I spin, I sit down, and when I sat down, it was getting worse. So I got back up. I was like, you gotta grab my keys. I ain't been back to the gym since.
Damn.
Bro, I ain't been back to that gym since, dog. Ain't never been back, bro.
Yeah,
so
I feel you.
it's over for me, dog. That's my last hooping story. I
really
ain't even get a bucket.
Damn. Hey, bro, so like when you see these young guys coming out, bro, like what do you see in them that you might, damn, I like that?
Nah, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's one of the things that I think as older players and shit like that is that you gotta kind of let go of the past. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing's ever gonna be like it used to be. Nothing.
Facts.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you have to accept that reality. So once you accept that reality, then you realize and you gotta give these dudes a lot of props. These young boys is nice. You know what I'm saying? Their creativity with the game is amazing. Their athleticism is like off the charts. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you just watching like almost like the apes shit, right? You know what I'm saying? I think even basketball, you could use it from like, you know what I'm saying? Where Wilt Chamberlain them was like walking like that to like now, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like these motherfuckers they got a lot of shit with them, bro. You know what I'm saying? And none of that shit don't be traveling because, you know, they traveling, don't they not? It's just, their bodies is just doing shit that don't seem like it's right. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, you know what I'm saying? I like where the game is at. I like where it's going. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, we're never gonna see bring it down, throw it inside, wait for it to come back outside. That's just, they just coming down. They got all that shit with them, and then they shooting from half court. You know what I'm saying? Like they might need to extend the 3-point line back, something. But you know what I'm saying? The game will continue to change. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? They nice, man. And you know, at the end of the day, like from what I see, you know what I'm saying? You know, they work hard. You know what I'm saying? Still, I think that their understanding of the game is not like what it used to be. But you know, they're doing what they got to do, man. And they're making a lot of money, and I'm happy for them. You know what I'm saying? I got little boys that are, you know, aspiring to play in the NBA. So whatever style they got to be for them to get in, I want them to get in. You know what I'm saying?
How you feel about Gilbert Arenas' takes on the basketball going on today? How you feel about some of the stuff you be saying?
I think Gil, I mean, so I would say that Gil is right with 90% of the shit he be saying. You know, sometimes he could be a little overboard, but he be right, man. And, you know, and the good thing about it is like he really a student of the game, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like he just be up just making shit up. Like you could tell he watched the games. You know what I'm saying? He watching what's going on. He going to watch the youngsters, the high schoolers and the college guys. So because of that, you got to give him credit because he doing the work to make those statements. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely wild as fuck.
Bro, he said something. He said the game got soft to cater to the foreign players, the Europeans. And he said to improve the game to get them out the league. That's what he said. I said, bro, this nigga wildin'. I said, this nigga Gil crazy.
But then what's so crazy, he might be right. But I don't know. Nah, he can't be right. But it's funny because shit just be weird. Like motherfuckers like him that make statements like that, and then you really think about it, and then you look 10 years from now, like that motherfucker was right.
That's true.
But I ain't gonna lie, them foreigners, bro, like right now, the top 5 players in the league, I think are all foreigners. Like
Top
real
5.
rap.
Oh, damn.
I mean, you know, if you take Bron out of it, just take Bron out of it, because 22 years, you still doing all that, you bugging, nigga. Like, Bron, go chill out, dog. You too fucking good, okay? We get it. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, like, I'm smashing Jordan shit, Kobe shit, everybody shit. I won't hear nothing when I'm done. So God bless him, you know what I'm saying? But we take him out of it, I'm like, it's Luka, it's Giannis, it's Joker, it's Embiid. That motherfucker Wiyambi is about to be a fucking killer.
Oh, yeah.
This nigga really about to, it's going to be some year he averaged like 7 blocks. When he get his body together and all that kind of shit, dog, like, so just when you think about it, like, the foreigners is kind of taking over the league.
Yeah, you put Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in there, too.
Shai, I mean, Canada, right, he from Canada, you know what I'm saying? So, it's, you know, we got to, and it's funny you asked me, like, do I be with Jermaine?
Yeah.
Me and him talk about this a lot because, you know, we seeing the foreigners take over. Because, I mean, this year's draft, if y'all watch after this draft is over, I think out of the 32 picks or whatever it is, it's going to be more than half. It's going to be foreigners again.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And from like Australia this time and places where like niggas, where they
we
was
ain't seen
coming
that
from
before,
right? We always heard them from like Serbia and all the places that compete, you know what I'm saying, in the Olympics. But now like the world is so open and our kids is like, you know what I'm saying? I think, you know, it's because it's just a lack of development. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, even though these kids are good, they're like what's the word? They like YouTube good. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, we got some young kids on our team or whatever, and I asked them one day, I'm just like, who y'all watch? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I came up, nigga, I wanted to be Jordan at first, right? But I couldn't fly. So I was like, all right, I gotta find somebody I can play more like, and I can't do all that shit. Right? So I had to find like Scottie Pippen and like, you know, Jamal Mashburn. So like those are people that like I watched hoop when I was in high school, and even when I got in the league, you know what I'm saying? I asked them, they looking at me like, and I'm like, they watch their peers.
Yeah.
They watch their peers. Yeah. That's who they gauge themselves against their peers, not even like the people at the next level. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about it from that perspective, you like, damn, you know what I'm saying? They missing something. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't your peers that you compete with. Nigga. It's that next level. You know what I'm saying? So I think we'll figure it out, bro. But it's just gonna come down to development. I think that's the only way we can start to block out the foreigners. But they doing an unbelievable job. You know what I'm saying?
They come with different kind of bags too.
They coming. They got. That's what I'm. Look at Wiyambi, bro. Like where the fuck did he come from? Like we only heard of him like because he been 7'5" for a minute.
Yeah,
right. But then you only heard about him like 18 months ago, and then he comes in and then he's that fucking good. You know what I'm saying? Like the nigga, then he's that good. Nigga shooting threes. He coming off curls and like shit. Like it's 6'6", 6'3" players in the league that can't come off curls and shoot jump shots. I'm telling y'all, nigga, that's a talent.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? There's niggas that cannot do that, bro. I'm telling you, like some bad motherfuckers too.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Can't get the footwork together to get the shot. This nigga doing it at 7'5". It's crazy, bro. That nigga really an alien, bro.
Girls at 7'5". Yeah, damn.
Nah,
shit, bro. We are here in Dallas. Like, I know you came here a lot. Like, what's some good memories you have about the city?
Well, most of my memories all came from Dallas Gentlemen's Club, my man.
Oh,
I went to the Lodge before, too, with like some of the older players. When I first came in the league, they took me to the Lodge. But, you know, most of the time, bro, like, it wasn't too many clubs out here that, you know what I'm saying, that we went to. We would always just go to DG's.
Yeah,
you know
that was
what
the spot.
I'm saying? And it was a really, really good spot back in the day.
Hey, DG still rolling today?
Man, I remember the most memorable night I had was when I was with the Pacers. And this was the year that Steven Jackson shot up the club. Or shot outside the club. And
Tag 5, crazy.
and it was when he came back, because he came back after all the shit. And we stopped through this motherfucker. And it was one of them, bro, like 60,001s.
Man.
God.
It was just a movie.
Crazy, yeah.
I was
You don't know
that
how
was one of the
legendary
best nights.
DG's was,
DG's,
man.
dog. That shit was it was an amazing night. So that was one of the best nights out here for sure.
I be telling people about them stories. I'm like, man, DG's was legendary back in the day.
Yeah, it was like Magic City and all that. Had that kind of
When you walk
cliche.
through, like, you literally money hitting your shins walking through.
He's somebody hitting the shins.
I was there
That's
for that,
crazy.
dog.
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all this though, like with you being around the country, traveling from night to night, playing different cities, what's the best nightclub that you've been to?
I'd be hard for a best nightclub. If you ask me like the best city,
vibe.
the best
best
city,
city,
the best city to party in, to me, my top three is Miami, Toronto.
Oh, I ain't never been. Gotta hit Toronto.
Yo, let's go to Toronto this summer. Dog.
Let's do it.
Come with me, bro.
Let's do it. I got a passport.
Toronto is so fire. And then LA.
LA?
LA, right? LA?
Really?
Those
Cause
my
y'all gotta be. It's different. It's different levels. Terry, I'm telling you. When he telling you, like, it's crazy.
LA's fun, bro. LA's fun. New York,
That's
LA.
what I'm
You
saying.
gotta be
New
with the
York.
right folk, man.
Yeah.
It's
See, I'm
different.
from New York, so I guess with New York, I'm from Jersey. Let me be very clear, because I get a lot of like, you always act like you from New York. I'm from Jersey.
Okay.
But New York is definitely legendary.
Yeah.
But just LA, bro, is just the weather, the
vibe.
weed, you know what I'm saying? The scenery, nice mountains.
Yeah.
That shit
what I
slow in
mean?
LA though, bro.
Slow?
That shit slow as hell out there.
I don't know, bro. I just
Yeah.
LA get better and better on me every time I go. Like, I stay longer. Like the first time I went for like 2 days, then the next time I stayed for like 2 weeks.
Right.
Like the longer I stay there, I'll be like, okay, I can see why people like it.
It's dope, man. It's laid back. I mean, the problems is like the traffic and all that, but once you get past all that, it ain't bad to live there, bro.
For sure. Now, kind of go back to like your upbringing, coming from Jersey. Played for St. Pat's.
Yeah.
Coach Kevin Boyle.
Yes, sir.
He was his first pro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you kind of speak towards that a little bit?
So, bro, like my journey for basketball, like real rap, I was like fat and uncoordinated until I became a freshman in high school. So like up until that, I was always the biggest kid in class, the fattest kid in class, the most uncoordinated kid in class. Like I tried to play. I loved basketball. I loved it, but couldn't play. Like I couldn't beat my mother one-on-one. Never made a basketball team. Nothing. I was awful. So my mom's got enough bread that she was able to buy a house or whatever. So we moved from Orange, New Jersey to a place called Roselle, New Jersey. So that summer, I had Osgood-Schlattis. I don't know if some people know what that means, but that's like pain on the front of your knees because you have like a growth spurt. You're about to have a growth spurt or whatever. So everybody's kind of had it. And I had a growth spurt, and I went from 5'10" to 6'4" in one summer. So I grew 6 inches.
Damn.
So now I go to this new school, and when I get to the school, everybody like, damn, who this tall-ass freshman? We got a hooper on our hands. They had no idea, and I was awful. So I played football. The JV football coach and varsity coach was the freshman basketball coach. So niggas would call me Big Daddy. And he's like, Big Daddy, you playing basketball this year? And I'm like, nah, coach, I just want to focus on football. He's like, man, your big ass, he used to coach shit. He's like, man, your big ass is playing basketball, right? Yeah. He's like, it's going to help you with the football. I'm like, all right, whatever. So he put me on the team. Nigga, I was the worst player on the team, so I couldn't catch.
Damn.
Couldn't dunk, 6'4", couldn't dunk, all that shit, right? So that summer, I go and play in this tournament with this AAU team or whatever. This dude asked me to come play or whatever, so I go and play. And I don't know, now I'm like 6'6". So I grew a little bit, so now I'm like 6'6", and I guess, I don't know what the fuck Coach Boyle seen in me. Bobby Hurley was there too, so both of them pretty much offered me an opportunity to go to their schools or whatever, right? I have no fucking idea what they saw, right? I wanted to go to St. Anthony's because just Coach Hurley was more popular of a coach, but it would have took me 3 buses to get to school or whatever. So my mother was like, that's too far for you, too many buses, just go to St. Pat's. So fuck it, say I go to St. Pat's. Go to St. Pat's with Kevin Boyle. Long story short, play with Shaheen Holloway. He was an All-American sophomore year, worst player on the team again. Nigga couldn't catch. I was dunking then or whatever. That summer, me and Boyle go to All-American camp, ABCD, which is the Adidas camp back then, right? So we going, and what happens is, so, you know, they'll invite, just say 150 players, right? But, you know, some players, Adidas will fly out, and then some players, you got to get your own way. Yeah. Most of us broke, so you know it's gonna be like 30, 40 niggas that don't come because they can't afford to get there, right? So Boyle just drive me up there, and he like, look, I'm gonna probably get you in the camp because people not gonna show up. But he was like, we gotta figure out, this is what he tell me, he like, but we gotta figure out who gonna be our best player for next year. He was like, because we are gonna be horrible. We gotta figure this shit out. So he's like, taking me up there to recruit damn near, right? But he didn't know I was in the gym a lot with my AAU coach or whatever. So I get up there, nigga, and I ball out, right? So I ball the fuck out, make the all-star game, all that shit at the camp. So we get done with the camp and we like ride home and shit. He like, you think you could, he said, you think you could carry the load? And I was like, shit, I'll try, coach. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, fuck it, I'll try. He's like, all right, we just got to put that work in. And look, man, at the end of the day, bro, like, I started working my ass off, nigga. I was like making 1,000 jump shots a day, type shit like that. And I went from a fucking unknown sophomore to the #1 player in the country in 2 years. Damn. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that is just the work.
Didn't start playing till your freshman year?
That's so a lot of it was the work, was Coach Boyle and my AAU coach, a dude named Sandy Pione, man. They put so much work in with me or whatever, but that shit just, you know, I mean, you know how just in life, anything you just start, you pick it up, you start realizing that shit just start clicking. And next thing you know, I'm busting everybody ass. Lamar Odom, whoever you put up, busting their ass. You know what I'm saying? And then I fucking went pro out of high school.
Man, shout out to the coaches that go the extra mile, bro, to make sure these kids get to where they need to go. Yeah, bro.
The development we talking about, bro.
So let me ask you this, bro. Like, do you feel like it's up to like the older players to reach back and start doing development with some of these younger players, or is like, how can we bridge the gap?
Man, you know what? That's a great question, because I think that the natural answer is fucking right. You know what I'm saying? We got to give back. Right. But the fucked up thing is them young niggas don't know who the fuck we are.
Man, damn, that's crazy.
Damn,
they don't know who the fuck we are. They don't give a fuck because they watch their peers.
It's different.
Damn,
it's
nah,
so
it is
different.
It's like that in everything though. It's like that with like these young niggas is just different, bro. Like they different, bro. Like
music and
they
everything.
not the same, bro. Like even our generation, like I'm 30, bro. Yeah. Like bro, these little niggas is like
they have no idea who we are. So first you got to convince them of who the fuck you are first, and then you know you expect them to listen. But what I've learned is like even with me, bro, I was hella level headed. You know what I'm saying? Grew up in church, mother solid, everything. I had everything. You understand from that perspective? Yeah, I fucked up here and there, but for the most part. But at the end of the day, what I learned, I think we all understand this. Like sometimes you got to go through the shit yourself.
Facts.
No matter how much I tell you, like, nigga, don't ride that bike. Don't touch that stove.
Gotta fall.
You just gotta fall, or you gotta touch that stove one time to realize it's hot and understand why I was telling you that.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So from that perspective, like, you know what I'm saying? I just think that in order to grow, you gotta go through some shit. You know what I'm saying? But when I think about it, like the older players, especially because when I was, I came in the locker room at 18 years old. So I had vets that was 30, 34, and they was like hella old to me. I just seen a lot of them niggas the other day at All-Star, and I'm like, these niggas is like 55, 60 years old. Like, God damn, them niggas was old. You know what I'm saying? But everything they told me, bro, they was right. Like every time they told me, yo, do this and do that. Think about this, don't do that. And every time, of course, I did it. And I'm like, or as my 44-year-old self, I'm like, damn, I remember he told me that I was 19. I can remember like I was 21 years old when he told me that. That nigga was so right.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So yes, at the end of the day, giving back. I wish the NBA did a better job of like bringing the former players back and putting them in real roles. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, this could probably get me, because I do at some point think I want to like work in the NBA again, and some, you know, not sure how, but you know what I'm saying? What's kind of fucked up is like the league is run by so much of analytics. So if you know what that means, that's just like just
if
the
numbers
computer
don't make
screen and
sense,
numbers and all that type of shit, that they don't value like what it takes to really the mental and what you got to actually do to get through it. Fuck just what the numbers say. You know what I'm saying? So they hiring all these people that can't relate to the players. So I think that when we see this disconnect with the players, that's the reason why. Because you got people that are trying to give them a message that they looking at, like, if they don't know us, you know the fuck they don't even know them, and they not even gonna respect them because you're a fucking 5'6", whatever the fuck, telling me how to shoot a basketball. You don't get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, bro, show me you scoring one time. And I know that's how they feel, because that happened with me. Rick Carlisle, who's obviously a great coach, he coached here, whatever. Like, bro, I remember him telling me how to shoot. He was telling me to shoot with the lines of the ball, and it made me go and Google. It wasn't even Google, whatever it was, like his stats, and wanted to see this nigga play. And I'm just like, bro, so one day I get on the bus and I'm like, dog, you averaged 2 points. Why are you telling me how to score the basketball? Now, obviously, great coach, that's my man. You know what I'm saying? But like, you just think about it. Like, I'm thinking, and he played in the NBA, but I still had that mindset. Like, what? So just think about some fucking needle weasel motherfucker like, hey, shoot the ball this way now. Like, you don't get your dumb ass out of here. But if I come and tell a nigga, he might listen, because he can look and see, and you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we got to get back, bro.
Nah, bro. That's why I appreciate platforms like this, bro, because, like, for everybody watching, like, this another side you probably ain't gonna see everywhere else, man. Like, Never Want to Talk podcast, for sure. But now, what you finna say, Beezy?
I was finna say, like, coming to the league at 18, who was your vets in the locker room when you first came in your rookie year?
I had Antonio Davis. So he let me live with him. Because when I first came in the league, it was a lockout. It was the first time they ever had a lockout. So what happened was they had just lost to MJ Game 7 and the year before, so Pacers felt like this was their year, they was going to win it. So when the lockout happened, Reggie Miller still made everybody come to Indiana and start training so that whenever the lockout was over, niggas was ready. Right. So it was only 2 players, won't say their names, that didn't come. Everybody else came. Like, everybody else came but 2 players, right? So we grind, working out, but I ain't had no bread yet. You know what I'm saying? Because the lockout happened and they ain't give me no money. You know what I'm saying? They like, when the lockout over, we'll pay you, nigga. So I'm like, fuck, I'm still broke. So I couldn't afford a place out there or whatever. So Antonio let me live with him or whatever. So he was like my super vet. Let me live. He had his big ass crib anyway. I was like downstairs. I had a movie theater, my own kitchen, everything. Nigga, I ain't even never see him. He had his wife and 2 twins upstairs, little babies upstairs. So I had my own spot. But I had him. I had Mark Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Mark Jackson taught me a lot. I had Chris Mullin. So Chris Mullin, you know what I'm saying? Like Chris, I would say like, so watching like Chris and Reggie Miller, even though I already had an unbelievable work ethic, but to watch 2 niggas that was like greats in the way that they work was crazy. I'm just like, damn, if they work that hard to be as good as they are, nigga, there's no way I could ever take a day off. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of what they instilled in me, just watching how they work, because like, Chris, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people say that he used to like work out to like help with his sobriety and shit like that, which, you know, a lot of people know he dealt with. So he would work out all the time. So he was just like, Rook, come on, let's go. So we land in Chicago. He like, all right, go get your shit. Come on, let's go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? So they all like instilled in me like hard work. You know what I'm saying? Then I had other 2 guys that would stick out is like Sam Perkins. Or whatever. And then Derek McKee. You know what I'm saying? Those is like, those I would say was like my 5 vets that taught me a lot. And then obviously Reggie, you know what I'm saying? In the beginning, I didn't really rock with Reggie just because, you know, Reggie's he's a different animal. You know what I'm saying? In general, great teammate and all that, but he different, you know what I'm saying? Which is his edge, which is why he was a bad motherfucker too, you know what I'm saying? But it took me like 2 years to kind of, for him to warm up to me. And then after that, you know what I'm saying? Like, he let me, you know, I used to stay with him in the summertime. I used to work out with him when 9/11 happened. I was at his crib, you know what I'm saying, in Malibu, looking over the beach and shit. Me and him went, we went and filled up gas tanks and shit like that. We thinking
The world
that it's like a world. Bro, dead ass dog, man. This motherfucker get up. He like, what you think we should do? I'm like, I don't know. So we watching the news. They like, grab this, grab flashlight, shit.
Yeah,
Man, this nigga get up. We run to the store, grab all that shit, and then come sit back in the house on a hill in Malibu, waiting for something to happen.
That shit crazy.
That
bro.
shit is crazy, bro. Damn, look, it's crazy how the world changed from then to now. Now it's like we just watch this shit from the news on TV. Now everything's on the phone. It's
Right
instant.
there. That should have been on the gram. Everybody
Everybody
going
lit on the
crazy.
ground.
I was 21 years old.
Word.
For sure, bro. Now, shit, you are here in Dallas. Like, are you hip to like some of the music that's going on in the city right now?
I'm learning slowly but surely. You know, what I'm
Is there
saying?
anybody you heard?
I mean, Yellow Beezy,
Okay.
which I fuck with. Who else, Worm? Give me
Mo 3 used to listen to Mo 3.
yeah, Mo 3.
Okay.
That's about it, man. I'm still getting hip.
Okay.
Put me on who I need to be listening
Man,
to.
shit, there's a lot of young dudes out here that's really doing their thing. Like,
You need to get them the Viola packs.
yeah, they need to get on the viola. I'm gonna have something for y'all. Y'all see it? Look, hit me up. I'm gonna have something special for y'all boys, man.
Hey, we got actually we're gonna do a Viola bash coming up here pretty soon, man. My bro gonna go on vacation, but we're gonna promote it, so y'all gonna see that.
Nah, we
Get what
definitely
you
want
want
to be there.
promotion on that.
Nah,
Also, we're gonna start like a Viola after hours here.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's lit. Oh yeah, I definitely want to be a part of that.
Come on, Viola
I did
after
after hours downtown for some time, man. So we
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 need
can
to
get
figure-
some shit
Let's
going.
bring it back, man.
talking to some
Everything's changed since COVID.
Yeah,
You know what
hell
I'm
yeah.
saying? So we need to bring some of them vibes back.
Real
you know
talk.
what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
I also want to like ask like how you guys linked up with AI on this shit. I see the hat. You know, you
Yeah.
got the famous slogan on there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How'd y'all
Practice.
link up on it?
Well, yeah, so pretty much it was Big Three. You know what I'm saying? Because he was the face of the Big Three.
Right.
Or whatever.
AI ain't, before, my fault. I ain't mean to cut you off, but AI ain't show up in Dallas, bro. The city was hot.
What happened?
He ain't show up
I remember.
Yeah, the party.
at the Big Three. I was there. He ain't come.
Oh, yeah, the plane.
It
He
was
couldn't
some-
get
it
on
was
the
some
plane.
stuff the week
They was
before in
mad.
Illinois, so
Yeah.
he couldn't come to that.
Right.
Couldn't come to the one in Dallas.
Hey, but he coming to Viola though. We gonna have him for Viola for sure.
But no, it's funny because Big Three kind of put a lot of niggas back in the same room to like, you know, start doing some shit together. You know what I'm saying? But my biggest thing with the weed was always like, I just wanted to be disruptive every time I did something with it. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, like I'm trying to continue to change the stigma and open up doors, right? So you need like viral things or big moments in order to do that. And you know, AI in our culture, bro, you like Michael Jackson of our culture, or the biggest of the big. You know what I'm saying? So from that perspective, like it took me 2 years, bro, to convince him to do it. He like, nah, I ain't going to jail. These niggas expect me to have weed. And I'm like, I ain't doing that. I'm like, bro, it was bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? And the more and more I was able to talk to him about it, man, eventually he called me one day and he was like, you really got a strain for me? And I was like, I think so. I was like, what you want it to be like? He was like, I want my shit to taste like champagne. And I was like, all right, give me a minute. And it took me like 4 months to find a strand and bought that shit to him. And he was like, oh shit. And fucking, he been rocking with me ever since, dog.
All I ever seen him drink was Dom Perignon, ever. That's it. Nothing else.
We with a straw. Yeah, so he wanted something that was like taste like champagne, and we found something that tastes like champagne. So, you know, we continue to grow. We got some other collabs we about to drop, you know what I'm saying, this year. That's gonna be hella exciting, you know what I'm saying? Biggest thing, like I said, is just being disruptive, trying to do iconic figures, you know what I'm saying, within
Real
our
talk.
industry. You
Real
know what I'm
talk.
saying? It's been cool. It's been
Man,
dope.
shit, I want to give you a flower for just shining light on this and bringing it to the culture, bro, because we need this, bro. Like,
It's our shit, man. Like I always say, man, and like one day, I don't know, man. I might get into politics too, bro. But I just be thinking
That's
like,
another
man,
story.
like for real though, like when we talk about like reparations and shit like that, like they should really just give us the cannabis industry. They just gave us that, nigga, because like this is gonna be a 300, 400, 500, 600 billion dollar industry. And you know what I'm saying? What kind of money can we do if we control that as black people? You know what I'm saying? We can really do some shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things I'm gonna start advocating for, you know what I'm saying, when the time is right. But that's just like how I think. You know what I'm saying? When you think about what we've been through in this fucking plant, you know what I'm saying? That'd be kind of dope.
so
Viola, baby.
for sure, bro. And I appreciate you. I know we got to get you up out of here soon. Is there any shout outs you want to give? Any like anything you want the city to know?
I guess, man, like, I mean, one, I just want to tell y'all, you know, I would really appreciate to be able to work with y'all moving forward, not only
sure.
this, you know
For
what
sure,
I'm
for sure.
saying? Because biggest thing, man, like, I believe in is just being tapped in with the right people. You know what I'm
Already.
saying?
Man, before we get out, bro, like how big was just relationships in your career?
It's everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They say your relationships is your net worth. You know what I'm saying?
talk.
Like, the right relationships, so tapping in at the right time can completely change your life. And, you know, as they say, you only got to be right once.
Once.
You know what I'm saying?
One time.
Sometimes it could be just one time you got to be right, and everything changes forever. You know what I'm saying? So being able to tap in with the locals and understanding that I ain't from Dallas, you know what I'm saying? I'm embracing Dallas as my new community. But you know what I'm saying? If I could tap in with people that know what's going on and can help guide me to make the right decision and do the right things, you know what I'm saying? I'm all for that. You know what I'm saying? And trying to figure out how we can be mutually beneficial to each other too, because I'm definitely not here trying to take. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to collaborate and build together. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the brand, man, you know, on Instagram at Viola. You know, the website is, you know, violabrands.com. You know, I got a school called Harrington Institute. You know, you guys can look that up. You know, I got a Moguls Alliance, which is like, you know, one-on-one training with me, you know, to help navigate you to how to get into the industry and different things like that. You know, just really just, you know, Viola Worldwide. That's our new moniker, man. We just trying to take this thing global because our message is global. You know what I'm saying? We really believe in social equity. You know what I'm saying? Which social equity to me, what it means is a real opportunity. You know what I'm saying? To have a chance at generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? And even when we talk about generational wealth, I think sometimes we got to manage what that means as well too, because sometimes you think they got to be $1 billion to be generation. That's not what it is. You know what I'm saying? If we could start a business that operates for the next 50 to 70 years, that's generational wealth too. You understand what I'm saying? So just continue to just open our eyes and educate each other, man. And, you know, I think that, you know, that's how we're going to change our trajectory in history. You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like the time is right. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about, you know, 10 years ago, we couldn't have did this. Y'all couldn't have did this. Y'all ain't had no platform to do this. But now look at all the doors that's opening. So now we just got to figure out how to continue to elevate even this. You know what I'm saying? So that's the shit I want to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just let me know how I could do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep growing.
Already.
Shout out Dallas Global.
Already. Never Want to Talk podcast. Let's get it. This been a classic. I appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. We out.
Yeah. Damn, excuse me. Appreciate y'all boys, man.
No problem.